trying to figure out how I'm gonna like.
One day, when
Jamila,
the
if no other
glory
song stuck in my
comes,
head, fuck that, Jamila, stop.
it will be ours.
It will
It
be.
will be ours.
You are the most aggravating. Know that. Okay, let's see. I think that sounds good. Okay, because I want it to kind of like sound like coming my throat and not from my mouth, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
welcome back to the Other Southerners podcast.
Oh yeah.
I am one of your hosts, Jamelia, also known as Southern Heat, pronouns are she, they, hailing from the great city of Houston, Texas. And my co-host, the
Yeah.
fabulous, the dazzling, the Dallas Diamond, Mikhi and Seth Hanfield. Give it up. I love the blonde.
Damn. Do
Let's
you
give
hate
it
that my
up.
whole government name out there when you do that shit? Like people love hitting my whole government name. Damn, what if I
You
wanted my middle name to
always
be a secret? I can't be coy in these streets.
Mikhi Hanfield. I thought your full last name was Seth Hanfield.
No, so that's my middle name.
Wow.
Yeah, like that's like kind of like yeah, it's the name I share. Of course I share my last name with my dad, but like that's the name like that my dad gave me to have, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Wait, you
don't
and
want
your
to.
dad share the same name?
Well, Seth Hemphill, like my brother was his junior, so he was
Okay.
my brother was William Seth Hemphill the third, I think. Is my dad a junior? No, my dad isn't a junior. My dad is a senior. My brother was the junior. Either way, he just gave his son Seth, like Seth Hemphill. I don't know.
Mm.
It's the ego of a man.
Hey, it's okay. I got Jamila, so and my dad's name is James, and I'm like, we have the same
But
initial.
that's so cute, like Jamila. Like
It is cute.
I love that. Yeah.
I like when people say it, especially if I'm interested.
But anyway, we're on the other Southerners. We're
Welcome to
having a
the
great
other
time.
sevens. If the tea ain't sweet,
It ain't Southern, baby. And
welcome
today it's supposed to be a different type of sweet day, Jamila. Why is that?
because this podcast is for the single people. This is only
Mm,
for the single people. Don't worry
mm.
about it. Valentine's Day is mostly for the couples. Nah, this is for the single
Now,
ready to mingle.
but I don't know. Is this episode gonna be the singles edition? I feel like it should be like the certified lovers edition.
Yeah.
Cause I mean, the only reason we're single right now is just because no one can handle our hotness. It's not because like,
True.
you
And I'm
know,
like, this fresh cut, and y'all really like it's not fresh no more. It's been almost a week. But I'm like, it's still giving.
we
It's
need to
still
figure
giving.
out
What it needs to,
how to
yeah.
add videos to like, because I need to start adding videos or screenshots to the like at least the YouTube portion,
Yeah.
because this should have been a absolute crime for you to be able to look this good in the gym. Like, are you kidding me?
How did
That
you have that?
because you sent it to me. Are you kidding me?
So for those of you who don't know, it's a boomerang from my Instagram.
Ah,
If you're a host, you can like share screen. So if you
but it's
go,
on my phone.
yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
keep that content ready to go and
We
keep it.
have to, because that's crazy. Like,
Yeah,
so good. But yeah, you definitely look nice with your fresh cut and everything.
thank you so much. I'm most definitely gonna let the top grow a little bit more. I said I can't be that bald on the top. I said
No?
my hair's too thick. I said I like my hair.
Okay.
I like although I'm cutting my hair, I like my hair thick on the top. I like the like jet black I get. People really like it. But also I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blackity black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, black, black,
Period.
black, 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 black.
And I'm glad that that's
Cause
where
I'm
you go
black and I'm
to.
black.
Because now, like, especially, I don't know, maybe it's just because it's so gay, but I love TS Medicine. But anytime I think of like the whole black, whenever I'm going into it, I'm like, I'm black, bitch, fluorescent blade, you know?
You got some minutes. I want to listen
Dark
to it.
skin, brown skin. I'm fluorescent beige, bitch. I'm black, okay?
I love that little TikTok of the girl doing the shabuya with Black History. Like
Stop.
that shit
No,
had me.
no, 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 no. You're talking about the one where she does like
Shabuya, roll
different Black
call.
history like icons and
Yeah,
stuff. Oh my gosh. Her skits are stupid hilarious either way though. Like, have you seen like
uh,
her Harriet Tubman skits?
yeah.
This girl.
I was like, girl. Now the Malcolm X one really got me. They're like, oh, Malcolm.
She is so
Oh, Malcolm X
creative.
with the shits.
Like I love it. Okay, so yeah, Black History Month. Like it's the first minute. Are we getting into it?
Yeah, we're gonna get into it. I mean, we already got into it, but
Yeah,
I actually listened back to our podcast because I do that from time to time, and
right.
now we have like a podcast from a year ago to listen to.
Oh
Um,
wow.
So I listened back to that podcast, and I remember I had a whole thing. So if you listen to the podcast, you still got time. For those who are coupled, we got a podcast for you.
Mm.
So although we don't
And
have a physical recording, so if you're watching this on YouTube, you don't have a physical recording of us doing that episode, and you should
right.
have, because that's when we were drinking wine
Oh my
heavily.
God, yes. I was just talking about that today.
I was like, I actually had 2 bottles of wine. I actually
To the
got
days, yeah. To days where we were like sampling different wines and just being like so goofy on the mic and having to be like, wait, should we release this?
have a whole episode of 2 hours that we cannot release to the public.
Yeah.
If we get on Patreon, if y'all pay us, if we get like a good Patreon following, like let us know. But yeah, we'll release that episode, but we'll have
Because
to like put up a bunch of disclaimers on the episode.
I feel like, yeah, but I feel like in that moment, like that would really be a different type of like episode recording only because like we were doing that differently because we were doing a lot of like audio engineering in terms of like splicing, like where we wanted to say things, and like
Mm-hmm.
taking out when we were saying certain people's names by accidents and everything like that.
OBO,
But like,
bleep, bleep,
yeah,
bleep, bleep,
exactly.
all
But
day.
now we're very much so like I feel like these episodes are a lot more like raw because we just kind of
Mm-hmm.
record and post. Like
We also been doing this for a while, so I know how not to mention somebody's name now.
okay, like, and also I was on the phone because you mentioned us drinking on like older episodes, and I was telling my friend Chris, I was saying how like we used to get like crazy with the wine with it, get really good, and like now I know to pace myself. Like we had that moment where like we don't pop the bottle open until we get into the kitchen because if we start when we say hello, we're not making it to the end.
It's gonna be a yeah, but fuck that bitch. And we're gonna be sitting there like, all right, this is a 2-hour episode. And
Yeah,
and then we forget like to do an outro. Yeah. So I don't know. We're thinking about doing Patreon because me and you both need new equipment. And
and yeah, and
somebody got
Black
paid for
History
the
Month,
haircut.
we made it a year in. Like I think that's crazy. Like you said, we have like episodes from a year ago. Like that's
Yeah.
an accomplishment.
Yeah. We're almost 2 years into this shit, believe it or not.
Wow. Look at us. Ugh,
But
why do we
guess
talk
what?
so
You know what's the
much?
a year anniversary of?
What?
Wearing our hearts on our sleeve.
Oh my God,
Those of you that don't
yeah.
know, I have a small heart tattooed on the outside of my wrist.
I would
And
wear long
Mikhi
sleeves
has a
too.
matching tattoo that we got on a Valentine's Day after we went to brunch together and got a little too drunk.
No, we got way too litty.
And he
Babe.
got one on his arm.
On
It
my sleeve
says,
because I wear my heart on my
"My sleeve."
sleeve. Like it's so funny. And it's also like, I don't know, it's a very like telling thing about our personalities too, because like you have it on your sleeve, but it's like you also wear longer sleeve shirts a lot, so like it's on your wrist, so it's
Yeah.
still on your sleeve. It's
Because
just
I've really waited for us to mention that before I put my watch on.
yeah,
Yeah, but if you like if I'm out and about, people will see it. Like, because if my sleeve rolls up a little bit, I don't have a watch on. People are like, "Oh, that's a cute little tattoo," and I'm like, "Thank you. Yes, I know.
aww.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank
So
you."
yeah, it's Valentine's Day.
Another
It's
singles
yeah,
Valentine's Day. Don't know what it's like to be in a relationship on Valentine's Day, girl. Don't know. Don't know. Couldn't tell you. Don't know. Couldn't tell you
it's
shit.
okay.
But we here, and I love me. I love you. I love you a lot. Most definitely singing Me, Myself, and I by Beyonce today. Maybe I should sing that song for y'all
Okay, talking about Beyonce, babes. Let's be
later. Point number
real.
2, yeah.
Point
So
number two.
we told y'all in our last podcast that
Mm.
Makai hates when I sing. Uh, we told y'all in our last podcast that Beyonce was
Whatever.
gonna have y'all selling y'all houses, your kids, your more y'all gonna do reverse mortgages on your house to get Beyonce tickets. Y'all gonna miss rent to get a Beyonce ticket. Some of y'all did all that, still couldn't get a ticket. Y'all still get on wait list. Some of y'all checking your email every 5 minutes to see if Ticketmaster has texted you if Beyonce has given you a ticket. And that shit makes me cackle because I made the decision when she announced that she's going on tour. I was like, I can't afford that ticket. I can't afford the ticket I want to go to. I can't afford Club Renaissance. I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
And
B.
that's the moment.
I
That's the
love you.
moment.
And don't get me wrong, it's not that I don't love Beyonce. I love Beyonce. I have her albums, okay? I have
Right. I
CD.
know. I know.
I love
Yeah.
it. I love Beyonce. Do I love Beyonce as much as John? Probably not. If you don't know John, Fine
Go
John.
back to one of the
John loves
first
Beyonce.
episodes. Actually, go back to one of the actual first episodes because I'm pretty sure he was on one of the first
He was from the
episodes.
first. He was in the Deacons.
Yeah, he was the Deacon boy.
He was one of the Deacon boys. Yes, he was in first pew.
That is
Go
funny.
back. John loves Beyonce, and
Yeah, he
if
does.
there's no exposure to this for not writing him on this, he'll be like, "Yes, I am. Yes,
Right,
I am." If John could marry Beyonce, probably the only woman he would marry.
right,
Yeah.
absolutely. Oh
Uh.
my God, I'm excited to see whatever pictures he posts for the concert that she goes to when he's like in
Oh,
town or she's in his town. Like,
I don't
I'm
think
sure
he's
it's
got
gonna be
tickets yet.
incredible. Huh?
I don't think he got his tickets yet. I've been following his Twitter. I don't think he got
Oh,
his tickets. But
baby,
when he
he's
gets
gonna
his
get
tickets,
them.
he
I
gonna
know
get
he
his
is.
tickets.
Yeah,
He
he's
will.
gonna get them.
John will. Let's just say we know some of y'all are jumping over the pond and going to Europe for them tickets, and I understand completely. Is it me?
And
No.
you understand completely, and I don't. And that's where I'm gonna go ahead and put my little 2 cents in because that's my thing. Like, I'm glad that I'm not at a place to be able to afford her tickets right now
Mm-hmm.
for the simple fact of would I really I don't know. Like I do love Beyonce, but I'm sorry, babes. Like that's a lot of money to be going to see somebody. Like, and I understand she's an incredible performer. I do love her music. Like, I would like you saying, like if I had the money, or if I had the opportunity, I would be wanting to buy Club Renaissance. Like I want to be very much so like feeling her sweat. I want to be like, oh my God, Beyonce. Like I don't want to be nosebleeds. Like, but that's not a problem because, if I was just like, new to Beyonce, because a lot of people are still very new to Beyonce. I've uncovered that. Like, in terms
White
of
people?
knowing, no, no, be funny. I'm not, I'm sorry, no, I'm not being
I'm
funny.
looking at Makai like very confused. Like, it's like, what do you mean?
Yeah, no, I'm not being funny. Like, I mean, like, there are like a lot of Black people, and okay, I'm not trying to be funny. Let me figure out how I want to say this.
It's like new to like like she's a good
So
artist. Now it's
there
like
are.
cool to
I'm
stand.
realizing there are two. No, no, no. There are yes, kind of. There are
Okay.
two different type of people that I realize are finding a new appreciation for Beyonce. There
Okay.
are the people who have been saying like Beyonce's overrated. She doesn't do much. Do. But
Okay.
now they've started to like realize a different part of her genius and like, oh my God, I actually do like her. Like this is like incredible music. Do. So they're getting into the discography, the talent, the visual arts of Beyonce now. So these people are still relatively new. They don't mind being in the nosebleeds because they're just still trying to get familiar with the vibes of what she is, even though this is probably going to be a last tour.
Mm.
All in all, whatever. The
I don't think it's gonna
second
be your last
portion,
tour.
you don't.
Mm-mm.
Her ass is getting old. I'm not gonna. But either way,
I
which is
think she has
fine.
one more tour in her because the like Renaissance is Renaissance, yes, but like she's like put a lot of Act One around, and I'm like there has to be an Act Two. There's
And I feel that I don't know. We'll see, but I don't know. Beyonce's just one of those people that I feel like she could bow out so gracefully and not have to do like one of those like final leg kind of things because she already even said like Coachella. She's like she's never gonna be performing that hard again. Like she's never gonna do that again. So it's like if she's already seeing like a different type of like I don't want to say decline, but like in terms of like how much effort and how much work and how much sacrifice she's putting into it. I'm like, will she be putting more sacrifice in terms of going on a full tour like this when her children are going to be at an age of like, her mommy time for real? She's gonna be
yeah.
big mommy right now.
I mean,
I
I
don't
think
know. I don't even know if she has. Either way, to the second point. Sorry. Second
yeah.
point. The second group of people that I realized are having a different appreciation for Beyonce. Not white people, kind of Black people. Don't fight me on this. I'm not trying to be funny. Biracials. Because especially the biracials that haven't been deep in their Black family before, I'm realizing Beyonce is like a different type of like Black renaissance for them. Like they're able to be like, oh, comfortable in my skin, comfortable who I am. Like, they have a lot of confliction with their skin. Oh
If you're
God,
on
this so
video, you're getting my facial expressions. If you're not, go
this
watch
sounds
the video.
so bad. I'm not trying to be like anti anything. I'm not trying to be ugly towards people, but it's
Go
just
ahead.
that. Like, I think Beyonce is that type of like bridge for people, and like specifically, like these are the people that I've been noticing in my environment that have been really pushing Beyonce. So they're gonna be the people that are supporting these like filler seats, do. I know the diehard fans like John's and like the people who have been waiting for this, the people who have the money for it are going to be in the Club Renaissance type seats. That's great. I'm neither of those people right now. So I'm just like, I will appreciate all the looks, all the posts, all the snippets, because people are gonna be recording the whole concert for me anyway. So I'll
I
just make sure to
appreciate it.
tune in on
And it will be
Snapchat.
John. And I'll be
Yeah,
watching John's point
I'll
of
be
view.
watching the entire thing. So thank you for that. I
Thank you,
enjoyed
John.
the live stream. I appreciate it.
I'll make sure to tag
Oh,
John.
this hasn't happened before. We don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna look him up during the next little ramble, and I'll be like, this is John's Twitter, so y'all help
Yeah.
John find find Beyonce, and also go
Hashtag get John tickets.
hashtag get John tickets. One thing I
Hashtag
would
get John
say,
tickets.
I don't think this is her last tour. I just don't. I refuse to believe it. Um, although she has, like, don't get me wrong, they robbed her at the Grammys. I don't know who the fuck a Harry Styles is. I can live with Bad Bunny getting album of the year
Okay.
over Beyonce. I can. Like
Wait,
everybody's,
who got it?
it was Harry Styles.
Ew, but we're in America, girl. We know
Yeah,
what's gonna
and I'm
happen.
like, fuck
They was
you.
not gonna let Beyonce win that,
Even
honey. Be
Adele was kind
real.
of like, really, you?
Girl, be real. After I knew Beyonce wasn't gonna get all the like accolades she deserved for that album after the moment it came out, people were talking about like, what is it? I'm not talking about like the offensive words. What did she say on one? Oh, thotty on Church Girl, like the controversy people had with Church Girl and stuff, like
Yeah,
her saying thotty, and people like, oh my god, Beyonce said thotty. I was like, oh yeah, she's not getting it.
yeah. I think
Thotty.
Beyonce did not get album of the year. I said the Grammys are a sham. I
Oh, but we
believe
know
that she has
this.
the most Grammys of all time, but
Every award ceremony is a sham. BET awards
yeah,
included.
at least the BT Awards are more realistic.
What?
At least the BT Awards are more realistic.
They're getting paid well. We'll say that.
Well, yeah, Viacom is owns BT.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could live with Bad Bunny getting album of the year over her, but I couldn't Harry Styles. Who? Who?
Because what did Harry Styles do for the culture?
Exactly. For white people.
Nothing.
Exactly. Wear a dress.
Oh. Well, girl,
Mm,
I guess
but
that's
I don't
something
think this
for
is gonna
the.
be her last album. I don't think this is gonna be her last album. I don't think it's
No,
gonna
I don't think it's gonna be her
be.
last album. I feel like if she does anything like a tour again or something like that, I do feel like she's gonna break into a different type of concertage, and it's gonna be like on some like, I don't know. I want to say metaverse because I feel like she would go that hard.
I don't think she would do Metaverse. I
I
don't.
feel like the way they have like, okay, example, like what's her girl? What's her girl name? I'm sorry.
Kiki.
I'm sorry. No, I hate doing her like that because I really do love her. Rihanna. How Rihanna
Yeah,
did the Apple Music type of Super Bowl performance in the whole moment of like this performance was
it was
recorded
kind of
live
lackluster.
and
That's cool
is
because
going
he's
to be like able to be seen on Apple Music tonight. I feel like Beyonce would do shit like that. So I don't think she'd do like a
I mean,
full
that was
world
what
tour.
Coachella was. She just
That's
put
what
it
I
on
mean.
Netflix.
Yeah, that's what
So
I'm thinking. She'd do like a city by city tour, but she's not doing like a full 20 location tour. I feel like she'll probably do like a good 5 or 6 exclusive locations. And like every time she goes, it's like a new recording. Like it's
yeah,
new outfits, it's new production.
and I could see that, and I'll pay money for that. Like
Oh
I would miss
yeah.
a house payment for that. I'm not gonna lie to
Oh
you.
yeah.
Yeah,
You want to download
but
this video? You're gonna drop a bag for it, for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. But I wouldn't say this is her last album. Like I know some people are like this is gonna be her last one.
Okay.
I'm like, no, this isn't her last one. She said act
No, Renaissance is
there
not
has
her
to be
last
act
album.
two.
She has to
There's
wrap up. She has to give us like a 29, like Adele did, like a little note
yeah.
to her children.
Yeah, this isn't her last album. I will say Blue is creeping up on her. When Blue hits the age where Blue is starting to sing and like perform on like Rumi and Cyrus, then I'd be like, all right, Beyonce is about to retire because she's gonna help that baby get her career together. But I wouldn't say this is her last album. I'm not concerned about that. Uh, what was I gonna say else? Yeah.
Really quick on that though,
Hmm.
do we think that that's gonna happen with them? Like, high key, like, is Beyonce and Jay Z gonna become Cookie and Lucius Lyon?
I think it's gonna become up to their kids.
They
I don't
have the
think
numbers.
I don't
They have
think
the
they
numbers.
do have. I don't, and I really mean this when I say this.
One could be a
It
singer,
will,
one could be a rapper, one could be the businessman.
I will say it depends on what the kids want to do. Um,
I
whatever
want
the
Blue to
kids.
rap. I don't want Blue to sing. Blue does not give me singer vibes. I feel like if anything, I feel like Sir would be the singer, and that would eat because he would steal that name right up under
I
Sir.
think Blue is more of a producer, if you ask me.
I feel
She
like
acts like an auntie, like from the. And I also I'll say this: we're judging a child, so this child could be whatever she wants to be, but she reminds me a lot more of
she's
Solange than
getting
she does
big
of
now though.
Harlem. Yeah,
Like how
But
what was she looking like a teenager in Dubai.
she was at the Super Bowl.
I didn't watch the Super Bowl, babes.
Oh yeah,
I only
but
watched the halftime
she
performance and was
tall.
so upset with
She
the
about the
like
same height as
like
Jay-Z at this point almost.
that's what I mean. Like the chicken nuggets is still giving her the growth hormones too.
So
They're
I
working on
was
her.
yeah, but I think if she wants to sing, she'll sing. If she doesn't want to sing, she
I
don't
want
want
her
to
to
sing.
rap, bro. I want her to rap, bro. Something just tells me like she would come on the scene and she would give us like I don't know. Like I just something about Blue just gives me like that just sounds like a rapper name. Like I see her being like, Blue
I see it being a
Nose,
brand.
Blue Quarter, Blue Quarter. Like she can have that looking like
I
Blue Quarter
think it's
game.
a
Like
great
she can.
brand name. I think Blue Carter is a perfect brand name.
She would eat that up. A
I
singer, I don't
think
see. I don't know. Something about her just don't give me
I see
singing.
business when I see Blue. I think
I feel
like
like Romy gonna be Andre. This is what I think. Blue is Hakeem, Sir is Jamal, and Rumi is Andre.
all
That's my
right.
big.
I'm done talking about Beyonce kids on this internet. Thank you. Whatever you want to do, kiddos, it's okay with me.
Talking about kids though.
It's okay with me as a peasant in your life. Please, whatever you
Talking
want to
about
do.
kids. Rihanna's pregnant.
And you know what? I will say this. At
Did you
first,
call it?
no, I didn't call it, but let me tell you what I will say. I'm surprised she did it. And I'm
You
honestly,
surprised she what?
can I be honest? Can I be honest?
What?
When
Yeah.
I first, like, because I didn't watch it like straight up because I was doing
Right.
stuff Sunday and I was like, I'm going back to bed because I didn't sleep
Okay.
the night before. And I was like, all right, cool. And so somebody was like, oh, like, here's the Rihanna thing. And I'm like, 13-minute halftime show? 13 minutes? That's all we're gonna give. And then like when she was standing on the stage and she's not moving, I'm like, why is this girl not moving? And then
Mm-hmm.
everybody's like, she's pregnant. I was like, ooh,
Oh, she's
never
pregnant.
mind. I said, you doing more than me. I said, you know what? Everybody's like, Rihanna should have done more. Da, da, da. I'm like, that girl is pregnant. I'm just happy she walked out the house and said, what's up, y'all? That's me being real honest. Like, I'll take it because you're pregnant. Because you should be outside the house any damn way, in my opinion. If you want to be outside the house and perform, cool with
Do
me.
it.
Cool, you
Yeah.
know. But yeah, if yeah, when she revealed she was pregnant, I said, oh, I already know how this going. She gonna give us a few things that we like to hear and call it a day.
And that's exactly what she did. That's exactly what she did. She collected her bag and left.
And I'm not mad at her for it. Am I kind of sad? Yeah. Cause I built up all this time. I'm like, okay, let's see what she gonna do. Like at least she don't give us some music. She don't give us a Fenty tutorial. No. I'm
Girl,
like, you over
you're
here.
not mad.
I'm not mad, but at the same time,
Girl,
like, y'all could have got somebody, but y'all know this girl is
I'm
pregnant.
piping right now.
I said,
I'm
it's
piping.
you know what it feels like? I'm gonna tell you what it feels like. You know when people go to like the basketball games, like football games, and be like, "Baby, I love you. Will you marry me?" It's that same moment. It's like this ain't here for you. This ain't here for you. We ain't here for you. I was here to watch the Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. Yeah, I'm still salty about Jalen Hurts losing the Super Bowl. Yes, I am. I am a
Oh,
Jalen
he
Hurts
made it to
fan.
the Super Bowl. That's good enough. Be real.
I'm glad he made it to the Super Bowl, but like if I'm talking about one of my favorite OU players while I was there, Jalen Hurts without a doubt.
I
Jalen
literally
Hurts.
forgot I went to school with that kid. Like I saw the name. I was like, that sounds really familiar.
Yeah.
And then I looked it up. I was like, oh yeah, he was to OU. The thing is with this whole halftime performance, I'm piping furious because what it feels like is the exact same thing that Lift Me Up was. We over here expecting, we hearing music coming out. We like, oh, Rihanna coming back. Rihanna coming back. Oh.
She loved playing with that feeling. She's a master
She
manipulator. A
does
master manipulator.
absolutely nothing.
I said
And
it.
we still expect something every time. This whole Apple Music, like Rihanna's coming back, like she looked sickening with this green. But the truth of the matter is, I know what happened. What happened was Rihanna agreed to do this, expecting that she'd be able to go full hard and full capacity. But what has she been doing? She's been sitting at the house busy knocking the boots. So her ass got pregnant again by accident.
And she looks like she ready to be outdo.
She's definitely like she's in her second trimester, no question.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe
and that was
her.
my whole thing with it. When I saw it, I was like so in shock. I'm like, she can't be pregnant, but I didn't realize she had that baby in May.
Yeah,
That
I
baby
was
been out for
like,
a minute. I thought that baby had came out like sometime in November or something. I don't know why I thought that baby been in her forever. Because like reptiles be holding that baby longer.
yeah.
Not talking about it. I'm not talking about it. We're not gonna go there on the podcast. I wanted to for a little bit,
Not y'all
but we're
saying
not.
there's alien sightings the same time Rihanna was out there. I said, y'all gotta get it together.
Let's be real. Let's the same way you've never seen Sam Smith and Adele or Bow Wow and Lil Mama in the same room. Like
This is all I have to say. Yes, the Super Bowl happened.
these niggas are the same people.
Yes, Rihanna disappointed us, kind of. We're like, I feel like she
Rihanna is Frank Ocean.
We're not about to get on her head because she's pregnant. We're like, all right, sis.
Rihanna is Frank Ocean. Y'all wonder why Frank Ocean have to make no music because this nigga owns 50 skin. He is 50. Like, he don't need to make no music. Like, he can go
Shut
Misty.
the fuck up.
They're the same people.
Fuck up. All right, I'm gonna continue on. But what I will say is, don't worry about these damn aliens, man. They too worried about these damn balloons flying over North America. I said, I don't know what they talk about with the Chinese flying balloons over America, and we shooting them down now. And then Trump let a few of them go. And then there was like a massive train spill in Ohio that like has contaminated a whole river. Anywho, there's bigger shits to worry about right now. And I'm gonna let Rihanna go because she's pregnant. That's it.
Babes. Oh,
If
I
he
mean,
wasn't
there's
pregnant,
definitely.
I said, hey,
What?
stop, get off of her.
No, please. But she probably wine calling you all night. Like, she probably giving like, come here, rude boy, boy. Like, I'm telling you, Rihanna, I know she's doing what needs to be done. And I love her for it. But either way, she's not making no more music. I don't know if that's happening. Like, that's over. I'm done having faith in
Honestly,
her.
I think she just like is playing with us so we buy more Fenty. And I get it, sis.
It is. I mean, businesswoman, like truly, in and all, my favorite part of the whole like performance, I will say, was hearing Birthday Cake play and knowing that the whole country was in anticipation to be like, she's about to sing Birthday Cake. Just for her to walk across the field, smile at the camera, and transition into the next song without saying a single word. So pretty much like, yeah,
Did she even
America, I
sing?
know.
Did she even sing?
I this oh
Because the background dancers background singers was doing heavy lifting. That pre-recorded was heavy lifting.
Oh, so it definitely was a little bit of a lip sync. But
and I said, bitch, I know you tired.
I didn't notice that. Okay, my whole point is
tired.
I didn't realize she was pregnant, really, up until I realized how tired she was. Like, I was convinced it was just kind of like, postpartum
she sat down a few times, and I said, I understand.
She definitely leaned back a couple of times. Like, she needed a break because she kind of has to take it back a dial because I'm telling you, I thought she was like postpartum weight, and I'm just like, oh, she's just still like getting like her body back together, like whoop de whoop, like, but she still had to perform.
Them titties is big, and that belly is big as with it.
Baby, she was tired halfway through. She was tired, so I was like, she has to be pregnant. Good for her.
I'll be like, stop paying me for this shit.
Don't give Rihanna a mic, not now, time again. Don't do it. That was I
would have been at the house.
I think if anything, what we should be paying attention to though
puffs,
is the vibrations.
Pickle juice.
Yeah. The vibrations. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, Rihanna did a mess because the truth is the vibrations are getting turned down so low right now by the government that yeah, we should be worried. I mean, granted, the balloons and stuff are important too, but I'm really looking around and I'm like, bro,
Joe, what are you doing?
Niggas are coons out here, and that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it at that, and we can talk about the rest off camera. But niggas are coons out here, and they can't help it because society is it builds us to be that.
We don't got that much time. We are sticking to these schedule, okay?
You're right, okay. But in that moment,
talk about coon ass niggas outside of Black History Month.
But no, okay, but that gets into the next point though, the coonhood of Valentine's Day, because it really is like, think about all the holidays. Think about all the holidays that come in the winter. Everything has to do with love and money, and it gets consecutively worse, like as you build up. Like,
it's the greed for me.
What?
It's the greed for me.
What do you mean?
Greed, like, like, I'm not gonna.
What's greedy? What do you mean greedy about the holidays?
Because, like, Valentine's Day, people really go out, like out. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
I feel that. But is that because people are greedy, or is that because people are like egocentric and self-absorbed? Because they're not doing it because they want more, they're doing it because they're trying to show off that they have more.
I think here's my thing. This is just me. Yeah, some people are gonna post their Valentine's today.
Right. Oh, definitely. Matter of fact, I'm gonna check Instagram right now. I bet you.
And on March, somebody's proposal, whatever, between March 15th and April 15th, they're gonna break up and they're gonna be like, "Happy for Pride Month, proud to be single." Look, I'm gonna be honest with
Romance
you.
in London, me and my nigga. Oh, La La Milan. Yeah, every day is Valentine's Day when you messing with a rich nigga. I mean, man.
Here's my thing.
Um,
This is just me, and I'll say
Shoot.
my 2 cents. At Valentine's Day is when your partner or you give out the most love. Who's the shocker?
No. Oh, that's so sad that you saw my expression of shock. Let me get off of social media because that's so embarrassing that you saw that because I was literally getting so excited because fuck Valentine's Day. I'm ready for tomorrow because tomorrow Sonic is doing 149 small mozzarella sticks.
They only got
Tomorrow.
a Sonic out here.
140. Oh, I'm sorry, babes. But for all of the listeners who have Sonics near you, this video is
And
posting
guess what?
today on the 14th of Valentine's Day, 2023
Um,
of our good Lord. Okay. On tomorrow, February 15th, 2023, the year of our good Lord, Sonic will be distributing small orders of mozzarella sticks for $1.49.
hear
Get
me,
them.
hear me when I say this. Hear me when I say this. If you are like me and have a drawer for your period full of chocolate, tomorrow and the year of our Lord,
Okay.
them candies is going on discount. It is
Oh,
time, y'all, for the
oh,
PMS, the
oh.
heating pass, and the chocolate to fill up the drawer once again. Get all your favorites for 50% off.
You know what? And I believe that, but I feel like to the point of what we're talking about, capitalism, I feel like there's never any like at least for the areas that I be in, I never see anything on the shelves anymore. That's what I mean when I say the cool hand about like I feel like every holiday leading up to Valentine's Day, I feel like Valentine's Day is probably like the last one because it's kind of like the most of it all. But like
Easter.
every holiday leading up to this, it's like so focused on love. It's kind of like it's trying to really like get bitches down. Like Thanksgiving is
Because
familial
love
love.
sells. Love is
It
the most
does exactly, and
marketable
that's what I mean.
song.
Capitalism. It's all about like we gonna milk you dry for Thanksgiving because you gotta be around your family, but that's just food. You know, it ain't really take too much for that. Family some more. Maybe you and your boo for Christmas. You know, it's definitely a little bit more on the capitalism because you got to bring gifts to this one, and we eating. New Year's less on the food, but more on the love because now you some people are with their family, but most people are about to like look for their little boo. Had this New Year's kids. It's very like focus on that. Right. And then you go through January, you got a little break, get your money up because baby, the grand finale is coming for Valentine's Day. Because Valentine's Day, we don't care about that family. We don't care about no food. What we care about is where is the love? Like where are you getting the love from? Who is buying you that teddy bear? Who is getting you them roses? Who is buying you that chocolate? Who is sending you them flowers? It's capitalism. It's the corner of it all because people are literally working themselves dry to the bone to try to get it. And guess who is getting that ass out that money? Beyonce. Because guess what bitches is asking for Valentine's Day? Beyonce tickets. It's all about capitalism. Because what says I love you more than buying me these ridiculously priced tickets that I can't afford on my
It's
own?
fun. I'm not gonna lie to you. I
I'm
promoted
fun to
my
buy
new
me
book,
Beyonce tickets, please.
please. But I promoted my book around Valentine's Day for a reason. Because I know your budgets didn't know shit about love. Also, shout out to Bell Hooks, who gives the best love books ever for Black
Oh
people.
my gosh. Thank you for that book, by the way.
Bell
I'm like
Hooks.
eating it
No
up. Thank
problem.
you.
No problem. But all I have to say is don't celebrate me on Valentine's Day. If you really love me, baby, let's say les bons temps roulés. Celebrate
What?
Mardi Gras with me. Celebrate Mardi Gras with me. Get me out on a fat Tuesday. Get me loud
Period.
and drunk on a fat Tuesday.
That
Get,
sounds
get,
fun.
give me
I've
some
never been to Mardi
king
Gras.
cake. Throw some beads at my titties. I don't care about Valentine's Day.
I bet that would
Because
be
guess what?
fun.
Mardi Gras is next week.
Oh, it's that fast.
And usually it's not this close up together, but I'm like, if you would have said, fuck Valentine's Day, be like, baby, I'm spending all our money to take you to New Orleans for Mardi Gras weekend. I said, oh, baby, you love me.
Period.
If you just buy me some
Period.
roses, I expect you to do that shit in January. I expect you to do that shit in November. But maybe that's just, I think, and we'll get to
Because
this
why would you
topic.
not want that all times of the year? Like that's a good point. Because why ain't I me all year? Like don't wait for no like boo boo ass like pagan holiday to do it.
Because roses cost $14 right now. A bouquet of roses usually costs you 10.
A good one.
A good one usually costs you 10.
Baby, you can go to on a regular day, not Valentine's Day, on a regular day, you can go to Walmart and get a full bouquet of flowers, like with variations, like full arrangement on it and everything for $10. How do I know this? Because I bought myself a thing of flowers. Like,
Oh,
it's easy. It's easy. Today, them flowers, baby, today, them flowers are going for almost $20, $25.
I'm
Get out of
like,
here. What,
for
what you
some
talking
roses
about?
that look beat the fuck up.
Rose is gonna be brown by next week anyway. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I can't do it. But in that moment, that's because it's being so clearly told to us what is Valentine's Day, like what is the expression of love that means something. And I hate that. I hate that because it's like, what does that mean for us as single people?
Let's go on to the next point.
Like for real.
We've been I will at least I've been single every Valentine's Day.
Girl, I don't know why you said that like we ain't been single every Valentine's Day. BFFR, okay? Yeah.
But also
But
like
yeah.
I think some people don't know how to be single on Valentine's Day. And truthful, honestly, and I've said this before on this podcast, and I'll say it again.
Right.
The
Excuse
love
that
you show
noise in the
yourself
background.
is the expectation of love your partner is going to have to love you, or your partners if you're poly.
That sounds so cute. Okay, keep
But I'm
going.
serious. But like,
I
hear me
love
out, hear me
that,
out.
but how you gonna make a point of bell hooks and you know the shit that she was talking about in that book of how you really don't know love until you give it to yourself because the people that have taught you love probably done taught you the wrong way.
And
Don't
here
be
comes
making
the
our
bell hook
listeners feel bad
special.
for not knowing how to love
And
themselves.
guess
Don't
what?
do
It's
that.
okay. And you know what? And I've said it before, and it was really validated when I read bell hooks. And I say this often, like, um, you have to love yourself
You do.
to find love. Period.
That's true. To find real love.
To find real love. And I think Bell Hooks makes a good point. You said this last night when we were talking. Care is not love. And I'm not gonna lie to you. If you didn't grow up with love, you may have thought we grew up with love, but we come to find out as adults, it's like that's not the love I want, but the love I desire.
Right.
And so
Right.
now I'm trying to reinvent what love looks like to me, and I'm terrified.
No,
Oh,
terrified.
I'm terrified for my partner because I'm like, nigga, I'm struggling out here. I have to do extra work to figure out what love is for me.
And
And
also
like,
in that moment, you would need them to know what love means to them, or at least like what they need from love, because it's like, fuck, like what is it really you search for in love? Because
and
most people are just so focused on like singular aspects or components of it, but it's like you said, when we talk about what Bell Hooks was talking about, like it's so much more to it than just the surface of it.
yeah, I think and everybody loves differently. I do love me some roses. I do like, gifts from time to time. But you know what I love more?
What?
Take some off my to-do list, please. Please.
Okay, talk about it. Love languages, right?
If I think about one of my exes right now, I'm like, what's the best action of love or like care that she ever did for me? And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I remember I had practice, and after practice, she had food ready for me. I said, oh, probably why I stayed in that relationship too long. But at the end of the day, it was like,
Hey, it was an aspect of love that you really appreciated.
you telling me after I've been running around for 2 hours, lifting weights, putting them back down, lifting them up again, putting them back down, sweating, beating, hot and sweaty. You got food for me?
Right.
Girl, you about to be the next meal. Stop playing.
Wow, I love that.
Stop
But for
playing.
real, but for
But
real,
but in that same breath, I can say, if I don't do that for myself, if I don't show my own self love and care, if I don't take like
right?
today for all things, like I'm making my favorite meal for me
Okay,
and for
right.
only me. It's gonna take some time, hell yeah.
Period.
But you gotta love yourself before you love somebody else loves you.
Oh my God, it's giving very RuPaul. How the hell you gonna love somebody if you can't love yourself? Can I get an amen?
Have you ever dated somebody who don't know what they want? And then you want to be like, I want to be in a relationship. What do you want in a relationship? Can't tell me.
That's
How do
pretty
you
much
know?
everybody in relationships. Please, okay, yes, because the thing is, you are doing real good. I applaud you. You could be one of them. You could be one of them people on TikTok giving relationship advice. But something that I'm at right now, at least in my singlehood, is that shit. I'm not gonna say it's for the birds, but it's definitely for the bitches that are on the brighter side of the hill right now. Like, if we're gonna keep it 100% bug, like keep it
Yeah.
100% bug, because in that moment, like like you said, when we're talking about love and like the moment of aspects of care, like that's what me and you were talking about last night. Like it's crazy to think that like having to sit with that like redefining of love, because like what I thought was love from what I've been taught is love is what I was seeking in love. That obviously is not what I want. That's why shit was so dissonant. That was like why it was crazy. That's why it was so much turmoil. That's why coming home is a thing. Whoop de whoop de whoop de whoop de whoop. It's a lot at place. But it's like in that moment, like it's hard to teach yourself how to have that because nothing in society is giving us any instruction on how to do that. We come from histories where it's not the best examples. We have media where it's so focused on one single definition of what it can be, hence why Valentine's looks the same pink and red that it does for everybody. And then when it comes to self-love, it's like put around it this like I don't know, like it's not really there. Like self-love is just shrouded in this whole like capitalism. Like self-love is shrouded in skincare products and going to go do special treatments or going on vacations. Like that's great and grand, and yes, it does help for some instances, but it's like for people who aren't in positions to do that form of self-love or show that form of like compassion for themselves or been taught that in society or even in their like family units, it's like that shit is hard work. Like that shit is exhausting work.
Yeah, I agree with you.
By the
I
way, go look
think
at my TikTok where I talk about self-love being ugly. Self promo.
I mean, that's the whole podcast. You know
You
how
know, that
I play
is,
with the
period. Go
public
look at my
on this.
TikTok. I make funny TikToks.
Look, we're both single still, so maybe you could change the scenario for what's next Valentine's. But I think when I don't know. I will
Like, do
always
you get where I'm coming from?
yeah, no, because I remember I was talking with somebody I know, somebody close, um who's been like a mother figure in my life. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, I'm gonna come for the holidays with you. And she was like, look, I ain't got that much food or anything. And like, I don't care. I just want to spend the time with you, you know? And I think love can be on the most expensive scale there is. But I think it's something about love in the smallest instances that makes a difference. You know, it's
Okay.
and I'll say this: it's easy to make grand gestures like I love you, bitch. Like it's easy to do
Right.
those things, but like you know, it's in the end of the day, it's the small things. Like um, I don't think it's anything to like write a note to somebody. I think like, maybe a pen and paper costs you something, but to send somebody a
Oh,
text message say, hey, like, I hope you're having a good day. Or like after their day is over, be like, hey, I know you had a hard day. Like, try to uplift them a little bit. I know my singing annoys you. I know it does. But I also know it uplifts your spirit just a little bit.
it's the only thing a part of that uplift is the fact that like you go so hard for it, and I'm like, you're just so goofy and fun for it, and it's like it's so cute, but I'm like, girl,
I
you
can't sing
you
for
think
shit.
you would think you never knew what a piano was the way you be hitting notes, but it's okay. It's okay. You had a different ministry in the church. That's just
It's
music was
okay.
not your ministry, and that's
It's okay. I
okay,
probably was the usher. It's okay.
baby. And was badass with it. Okay, them gloves was white, pristine. Okay,
Two, two in the front. Two. Hold up, prayer, please.
we need some. What's the things? What's the little sheet? Give me some sheets. Some sheets.
Bible?
Look.
Does anybody need a Bible? Bible? Bible?
Okay,
Bible?
it's so bad. Okay, even we thinking about like, have you seen that video talking about like the history of like white gloves with ushers? Ushers, I mean,
No.
they used to serve in white churches, and white people didn't want to touch their black skin, so they had to wear white gloves to prove that they were clean enough to do it. That's why all the service like jobs have white gloves, like butlers, maids, like, and then like ushers. That's why they stand with like one hand behind their back because white people thought they were gonna steal from the plate. So you hold one hand, you hold the plate in one hand, and the other hand is behind your back, so we know you can't steal.
Going on to Black Love because
Everything is shrouded in racism in America. If you haven't noticed, to all of our international listeners, I love you.
I love
So
how
yeah,
how can I tie this back to oppression? Um
because why is that actually me and Esther's favorite game to play? Like, it's like, how can we bring something back to either the patriarchy, slavery, or
oppression.
like some type of
Oh,
oppression? Like literally, like it's always some way to bring it back. But okay, anyway, sorry.
but I think with Black Love, it can be so simple.
Black
Um
love. Hold on. When we start talking about black love,
I want to be specific on black love because we're black on this podcast. This is the other
how
side.
long do you want this episode to be? Because that's a whole different conversation, Jamila. We
But I think
not,
like
especially because this is the other Southerners. So we have to give a different respect when we talk about black love when it comes to the others.
and so if you ain't know already, this podcast is hosted by two black people, two black queer people from the South.
Okay.
So this podcast has always been centered around black and queer perspectives. So
And neither of us fit in the perfect Black Adam or Black Eve model.
but hear me out. Hear me out. Ain't love like getting that good piece of chicken, you know what I'm saying? It's like I say the white meat for you. I know you like white. I know you like the breast. I know
I
you
love
like
a
the
good
leg.
breast. I
I know
do
you
love
like
a
the
good
wing. I got it right for you, baby. I left it in there just a little bit longer for you.
I'm a drumhead bitch, not a flat. Sorry, people think I'm crazy.
It's okay. You know what? No. Like my favorite type of love is when it comes to black love.
Yeah.
Oiling somebody's scalp. It's one of the most intimate things you could
No. You
do.
know what's even more intimate than oiling someone's scalp?
But
Taking down someone's hair. Like a
it's like
sew-in
it could
or
be like from a
braids or anything
stranger.
that's gonna cause like for someone to help you take down your hair and know that they're gonna have to smell your scalp that hasn't been like, free.
It smell like old Vaseline.
Oh, I'm embarrassed. I
So
was just
sorry,
saying,
my
yeah,
Wi-Fi came down for a second, but you
did
were
the video save?
yeah, it did. It will save.
Okay.
It will save.
Okay.
It will fucking save.
It will.
It
I
will.
was just saying, you have it besides oiling someone's scalp, like taking down your hair,
Yeah,
like braids or sew-ins, like knowing that your scalp hasn't touched like fresh air in like however long, and knowing that that person is gonna like be willing to like get whatever like smell or like if you have like dandruff like me, like whatever snow on their lap, like that's intimate as hell for me. Because I'm like, oh my god, you love me, because honey, I can't even take this on my own head and you're doing it for me.
I think and that's why like, and I won't say, but I feel like barbershops and beauty shops are such a protected place in the community
Oh yeah,
because
absolutely.
for somebody to touch my head, like even like in a set of like baldness, right? Like for somebody to touch my, even when I had hair, for those I had a lot of hair at one point in time, a
Being
lot.
gracious, you had a lot of hair,
I had a lot
yes.
of hair. My hair goes back very very thick, thicker than me.
You
Of
had to throw that in there.
course I did, but I remember I was dating this white woman, and like
Say that again.
I was dating a white woman.
A little bit louder, just one more time for Black History Month, just so our ancestors can hear you.
I was dating a white woman,
Wait, one mind. Okay, yeah. Okay, this one's okay.
and um, we're getting intimate and stuff. And she was touching me everywhere but my head. And I was like, and she's like, I'm like, can you, and she's just like touching like my ear. And I'm like, I had to literally take her. I'm like, thank you for being cautious, but I need you to just touch my head right now. And like, because it's just such an intimate place, but also,
Right.
I don't go to I don't like, this is my first time getting like a fresh cut. Like, I usually cut my own hair for those of you who didn't know. And this is my first time going to a barber.
Yes.
So for my barber to get me good, I'm like,
You do a good job at cutting your own hair, might I add.
huh?
You do a really good job at cutting your own hair.
Oh no, my barber was like, wait, how long? And like she followed me on Instagram, so I'm pretty sure when I go back to the shop, she was like, oh, you were cutting your hair pretty good for a long time. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm back to you. So understand it's a lot of respect coming in the situation right now.
Love that.
But it was so much like care taken to like cut somebody's hair or like to sit with somebody and do the hair or like do twist or do anything when it comes to black hair because it's so versatile. There's this poem, I
It's so
just,
different.
but it's just so much love. It's like, you know what I want to do at the end of the day? I want somebody to grab the back of my neck and just rub it. Or like you ever like I remember somebody like brushed my hair for me once. I was like, black
But in
hair is
that,
tiring. Black hair is
okay,
tiring. If anybody y'all can say y'all want black hair all as you want to. Black hair is tiring, okay? Regardless of the length. Regardless of the length. If you have two strand twists or locks, you still gotta put them bitches up. You got strong forearms. If
just
you
because
got
you still
short
thought
hair,
about it.
you brushing your waves in for 50 minutes to
When
make sure
I
those waves come
say
out.
I'm ready to cry, I've Accept it. Next time y'all see me on the podcast, I'm just gonna let because you keep talking about like hair. I'm like, if it's Black History Month, let me just let my hair down because the way I've been literally trying to hide my hair this entire podcast,
I still think it
it's
looks good though.
oh, of course you do. Yay, thanks. My hair looks a fucking mess. I
I'm
hate it
taking
right
a fucking
now.
compliment, bitch.
And the thing is, it's hard to take compliments when you nothing's agreeing with you because my hair doesn't even agree with me. Like I'm literally like you said, black hair is tiring. I'm tired of my hair. I
It's
am
Vivica Fox, and I like Vivica.
tired. Who?
Vivica Fox.
Vivica Fox.
Yeah,
When did she have hair like this?
she did have like a large poofy hair at one point. Did she not? I think.
Vivica Fox?
Yeah.
Am I thinking about the right Vivica Fox?
It's okay. We could cross notes later on.
Oh, wait. It's kind of coming to me now. It's kind of coming to me now. Okay, right. I think I see this. I do see this. You're right. Okay, you're right. Um, so, but no, it's just a lot of work, and I'm literally about to like go on to like a whole like string of not dissociating from my hair, but dissociating from my hair.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not cutting it off, but I'm definitely about to be like keeping my hair like protective style, covered up. Like, I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of. I'm so tired of it. But it's Black History Month. Either way,
Should we
to the
do that?
point,
Yeah.
to the point of talking about like the whole like loving yourself because I think that that's something that like you showed that with like how you take care of your hair like you said like even when you realize you need to go to the barber because you want that cleanup. I think that that's part of like my self-love right now as a single person is just kind of like really truly wholly accepting myself as I am. Like right now I normally would be screaming at the wind for the fact that my roots look like dark right now, but like that's not really like my natural hair
Black people
color.
should be allowed to be mediocre, but let me.
You say what?
Black people should be allowed to be mediocre.
And exactly, because that's that moment. Like I feel very mediocre with my roots showing. So it's like, oh my God, like my roots are actually really blonde. I just haven't put my conditioner on it yet. So like that's why they look kind of dark. But I hate this. So I'm like, I really am about to like figure it out and just let it go. Like let go. Like it's okay if I look a little mediocre because it's like I'm still young. So it's like I have all the time to like really build the brand and build the budget. But it's like I'm so sick of trying to look like I'm 25 when I'm really 22. Because when I was 16, I was trying to look 18. And when I was 18, I was trying to look 21. And not in the literal fact of actually like cognizantly doing it, but just in the fact like always trying to keep a certain image of like looking more mature by looking, more put together. And it's like, no, I'm fine the way I am.
And I think that's another act of self love is like finding if I find it a big compliment when I know somebody who has to be put together
Right.
does it feels like they don't have to be around me. For example, one of my close friends is a meteorologist. She's on broadcast media.
Yeah.
If that girl want to walk outside in a bonnet and sweatpants, I ain't gonna say shit. I'm be like, you still a good sis to this day,
Right.
to this
Right.
to this day. And I think that's important. Is like we should be able to say I love you. Like one of my favorite things is to like compliment people when they first wake up in the morning. Like Google
So annoying.
boogers and everything. I be like,
So
what's so
annoying.
sexy?
Like bonnet ain't even on my head straight. Bonnet is literally falling off my forehead, like halfway down my neck. I got slob on the side of my mouth. Eye burgers, like could have a bloody nose and everything, and you still gonna be like, "Good morning, beautiful." It's like, huh? Like, please stop doing people like that.
But I think I feel like it's important, especially like when people are day, like they spend the night or whatever, and they're like, my hair is messed up, my track is leaning out. And I'd be like, what's up, beautiful? Like, what you want for breakfast? Like, I still treat them the same. Like, it's not going to
Bro,
change. I
it's
mean, be like,
ridiculous that
you
some
want a
people will get
toothbrush?
out of the
Like,
bed to put makeup on to get back in the bed.
I'm like, I know what I did to you last night. Your makeup is in the sheets. You still look good. You still look
That's
good,
crazy.
sweetheart.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna end this point and say the best part by Tiana Braswell and the Good Company. It's on Spotify. I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay.
But it's an album by a Black queer woman. Uh and I love it. I really, really do. If I learn how to share it, I could do it. I'm gonna share it to you right now. I'm not gonna put it on the podcast because what is it called? We're not trying to get sued. So, but
Right.
the best
That's
part
fair.
here, and then it's done to one of the songs. So there you go. Best part
Is
by
this a? I thought this was a
Yana
video
Braza.
about to
It's
start
a
playing.
poem,
Oh,
but
it's a
it's really
poem.
yeah, it's a poem. I listen every morning because I'm like, that's
When do
like
they start putting in poems on
they
Spotify?
have audiobooks on Spotify.
They have audiobooks on Spotify?
Do yes, they do. All right. So we talked
Okay.
about any more points or redefining love or being single. I will say this. If you're listening to this podcast and you're single on Valentine's Day or we're single on Valentine's Day, I'm gonna tell you this. Ain't nothing wrong with being single on Valentine's Day. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Cause guess what? You said you some money. You can now choose to do a pay buy a get now, pay later situation just for you. You ain't gotta guess. You ain't gotta understand. You ain't have to run around this goddamn city or your local city or be stressed about Amazon delivering packages to your door. You get to eat what you want. You ain't gotta deal with nobody
That
else's
part.
shit but yours. You ain't gotta
That
worry
part.
about, hey girl, we gotta take the good angles. Do. You gotta make sure you get the right
That
angle.
big.
No. You ain't gotta worry about it. You ain't gotta worry about Instagram shutting down. You ain't gotta worry about nothing. You ain't gotta worry about your side chick. Cause guess what? You ain't got no side chick. That is the beauty of being single on Valentine's Day. You can watch everybody else run around with their head cut off. Also, shout out to the Love My Life Rugby. I spent all my money and time on you. I traveled the country with you.
No, literally.
I love you, Rugby. And we got practice tonight too. Love tossing you around like a salad girl.
That's hilarious.
So yeah, that is
Um,
yeah.
I would think my close would just be to say realize realize how much of what we think is love is told to us and taught to us, and ask yourself how much of it really feels true for you.
Yeah.
Like, just and it's just being real. Like, some of the things might feel good, but to ask yourself, like, why would it feel good, and why would you really even want something like that? Not to say you don't want it. Like, just because I'm thinking about last Valentine's Day, I decorated my room with all the decorations. Like, I had my room looking like a Twitter post. I did it all for myself. I had the bear, I had the flowers, I had the food, I had the decorations on the wall, I had the card I gave myself. And I'm like, yes, it was cute. And yes, I appreciate it because I gave it to myself. But then I'm like, if somebody really gave me all this shit, I would kind of be like, why the fuck would you do all this?
Who gonna clean it up?
Who bought the cleanest, bro? I had balloons. I bought the heart balloons with the confetti inside of it, and they're heart shaped, and they have confetti. Like, I know the little trick to do the static thing to make the confetti stick to the sides of it. It looked incredible, bitch. Them balloons end up popping at the like after a while because they're balloons. They're cheap balloons. Like, these is cheap latex and it's confetti and stuff. I don't know what happened. Them start popping, and it's confetti all over my room now. What? I would be so mad if somebody got that for me and I end up having to clean it up. Cause now, but it was my fault. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna clean it up. But I had confetti over my room for like damn near a month.
Yeah. And I'll give any advice. This is for the single people. When you're in a relationship, have a practical present. Don't do some shit you're not gonna use later on. Roses, okay, of course, die, cool, whatever. You can compost that shit. But like,
Not compost that shit, bro.
but bro, please, I swear to you, don't go out and get the red smoke because they're gonna have on a white outfit and that red smoke gonna get on them and they ain't gonna get that shit out. You're not gonna have to pay for the laundry. When I tell you, watching niggas go far above and beyond, I say I need a practical lover. I need you to think. Think before you
But
plan.
that's the
Plan,
thing. The
motherfucker, plan.
imagination is told to them. They just do what they think they're supposed to, and not what actually is practical for a relationship with the person they're with. So I would say just define in that moment to define it for yourself. Just ask yourself, what about society or what about love has been told to you from society, and then what about love truly resonates and makes you feel special.
Because
That's all I have to
honestly,
say.
and I'll be honest with you, some of your partners would have been satisfied with the plate of soul food.
I do love bears, however. I have four bears. Like, I realized I kept like all my stuffed animals as kids and everything. So like I have
Oh,
four
I still
bears
have
that
my
sit on my
stuffed
bed.
bear. Don't get me wrong, that stuffed bear has ended up between the bed and the wall a few times, but I still have my stuffed bear from my childhood.
That's horrible. This is Benji.
I,
Benji says hi.
but no, love yourself. And be graceful with yourself as well. Like love yourself in all aspects. If that's
Oh my
getting
God.
is that saying I am beautiful every single day? What?
Benji is a year old. I bought this for myself last year.
Yeah.
Oh, my baby. Okay, so yeah, that's fun. So yeah, that's all I have to say. So wrapping up on today's points, Jamila.
Yeah. Last one. 60 days in is almost over. How you feeling? What are you
Yes.
learning?
I would say my biggest, which I mean, maybe it's not even like what I've learned, but I guess it's what's been reinforced with this is like the impact that intention has on like when you decide to do something, like really having an intention behind it. And I will say, did I accomplish all the things that I set forth in wanting to, relinquish in the 60 days? Not really. I'm not gonna lie to myself, I didn't. But in terms of did the 60 days help me actually like take accountability and realizing the intention and why I do the things that I do, and like what triggers the things that I do, and what contributes to the things that I do. It did do that, and for it I am appreciative. So I'm not gonna say that it was a failed experiment. But I also will say that it was an ambitious experiment to say the least.
Yeah, I would say I agree with that. I think, and we've talked about it personally. Uh, we're not about to talk about my dating life in detail on this podcast. If you want that,
That's the
convince us to
Patreon.
Patreon.
Yeah.
If you want us to be drinking bottles and telling stories,
That would be so fun. I feel like we should definitely do that. Like we could get that. Like, but how much would we charge for our Patreon viewers?
$5 a
Tell us what
month.
you're comfortable. Like, what you
Yeah,
say?
$5 a month
I
maybe.
feel like $5 a month is a good Patreon price for
Yeah,
us. You know,
and if you
get us
want
on the
like,
cheap, bitch. Cause we could take up the price eventually. Like when we really bringing in bull
we ain't
cool.
Netflix, but we know our worth.
Okay. Period.
Period.
That's
But
embarrassing.
for 60 days in, I most definitely messed up. I most definitely started taking shots a day for Black History Month. Shout out to those who follow me on Snapchat and Instagram to see how that happened. But I really did focus in on dating with intention. I've been saying I want to be in a relationship for a very long time, and I've been going on dates with people who I know good and well don't want to be in a relationship, just want to, you know, see how good of a munch I am.
Right.
So I think in that instance, it's helped me a lot to be more picky. I am back on the apps, and it's interesting because I'm realizing I am very, very picky, and I mean
Yeah.
very like I was picky before, but now I'm like you're just saying you still don't know what you want. Why would I
Right.
even why would I even bother the time?
Right.
But also the value of my time. It's preseason for the WPL. So like today, it's Valentine's Day, and we still gotta practice. And guess who's gonna be there right on time?
You.
Me.
Sure am. Sure
Henceforth,
am.
why rugby is my Valentine because I spend all my money and time on her, and we travel the country together,
Cause rugby be having my baby all over Chicago. Like I be
all
checking
over
your location,
Chicago,
you be
all
like
over the
somewhere else
U.S.
every time I check. Like I be trying to like I get an idea of like where in Chicago like you could be, but since I have no clue what Chicago is, I'm like, child, I don't know what she's doing. I know it has something to do with rugby though, but baby, you be all over the
I was
place.
in Iowa on Sunday for rugby.
No, all over the place, like literally.
Like I feel like those who have my location, access to my location, are like, bitch, where are you going? And they just
Yeah.
be like, are you supposed to be there? And I'm like, yes. And they be like, all right, just when you get back home. Like,
No, literally, because I'll
yeah,
check and you're nowhere near your home, and I'm like, oh god, I'll
yeah.
check back in a couple of hours and make sure her ass not stuck nowhere.
Yeah, because that shit has happened. But
Yeah,
I think out of the 60 days, being able to be picky and but also not feeling bad for it. Cause
right.
sometimes you'd be like, well, like I could be dating these people or whatsoever. But it's like, no, like, and we talked about this in the last podcast. It's like these shorthand goals that I have.
Right.
These shorthand terms I'm accepting for long term goals, if that makes sense. And that had to change, and now I'm being a little bit more picky, but also learning boundaries. I did really all the Bell Hooks Love trilogy, so all about love. What is the second one? I forgot. And then Communion. I think it's because I just bought the set for another
Salvation.
Salvation and Communion, was all about love to leave you by Bell Hooks, and that was,
Yeah.
and I read that during the 60 days and finished it. But that in itself was like very projectory, like what does love look like to me? What do I want love to be? Because we have these images in our head, right? These Disney Channel fantasies, what we see on social
Oh God,
media, and all these
yes.
other things, and you kind of find out as an adult those things are unrealistic.
They are
Um,
so
but
unrealistic.
but also sometimes the love can be realistic. Now, is it unrealistic that it's gonna be butterfly and rainbows all the goddamn time? Absolutely not. But it's
Right.
like even when dating people, I've known the feeling of like what a passionate love is or what
Yeah.
it feels like. And I'm like, I could have that in a relationship. And I'm like, it's just a matter of not settling for somebody who just wants to date though. So I think that's what I've learned out of these things. One
Wow.
I will take that was on Twitter or TikTok was it's difficult for somebody who learned love out of survival for me, bro. Versus love but genuine love, right? And so don't get me wrong, if you're single this Valentine's Day, love yourself, grow. Take the time to grow. But also be gracious with yourself. Cause if you in
Wow.
Oklahoma, girl, ain't no love out there for you. I mean,
Well,
there may be, but focus on you in that degree. Focus on you in that degree, baby girl. Focus on you in that degree, and getting the fuck out of there.
cause baby, honey, but even in that, I think when you say that, cause just cause I used to be that bitch that was in Oklahoma, like you said, like love that, especially when we talk about the Disney Channel thing. I think the feeling of what they try to purport with like media of love is real. I feel like that feeling of like feeling accepted, feeling fully like admired, feeling like the person you want like desires you and wants the best for you. Do I feel like the feeling of that is true? But I feel like the way it looks based off of how the media, like I said, and like Disney makes it seem, is not realistic.
It's a lot of work.
It's so
It's
much
a
work. Like it
lot of
is not
work.
just a bitch sitting on a rock singing and a nigga just being like, "Wow,
Oh,
I want to protect her." Gas out of here, man.
it takes work, and I think people misunderstand. Like, okay, you get in a relationship, but then you gotta continue to work to be in that relationship.
Oh, girl.
And
That's
so
not just romantic relationships. You have to work to any relationships to remain healthy. Friends,
friendships,
family, romance, job relationships, shit, like everything.
it takes work, and sometimes you gotta decide which ones are worth keeping on and which ones are worth letting go of, and
Okay.
that could be a hard decision. That's a difficult decision, but
Very.
I will say this: boundaries are great, but people who will work with you to be better, like I know our friendship has changed. A lot of my
Yeah.
friendships have changed, but I ride for you niggas every day of my life, and like y'all have always been there for me. So I do love you. When I say I love you, I say I love you to my friends. I do love y'all. Because we wear our hearts on our
Hi, sleeves. I'd
sleeve.
show you, but I can't put my arm out this sleeve
It's
again.
okay. It's okay. But can I just leave you with one thing?
Go ahead.
All the ladies, if you feel me, help me sing it out. I can't believe I believe
Oh.
everything we have alive. So young and naive for me to think she was from your past. Silly to me to dream of one day having your kiss. Love is so blind, it feels right when it's wrong. Now that is all, it's not going, but pick up your phone. You
This
don't
is when I wish we had like the little thing to like turn the mic down slowly.
not me, myself, and I. That's all I got in the end. That's what I found out. And ain't no need to cry. Cause I'm now and now I'ma be my own best friend. Sing my best. I got in the end. That's what I found out. And it ain't no need to cry. Cause I'm now I'ma be my own best friend.
Me, myself, and I.
Hello.
Yeah.
I wanna cry.
Caught 1,000 times. Like for real, but you gonna make me go into it, baby. We're not gonna do that now. But
I'll
I
play it
love
after
you.
this.
I truly love your music. I love your singing. I
Mhm.
realize you have one of those singer voices where you don't need to know what the key of the song is in because you have the Jamila key. Okay, it's just one key. Okay.
I always laugh when I take choir in school because I was like, I can't sing for
They
shit.
let you inquire in school?
I,
Girl. They
I
said we just need bodies on the platform, honey.
look. You want to laugh? I used to do youth choir at church when I was younger.
That's so cute. But
And
you can't turn down a child wanting to
hear
sing
me
for
out.
the
I used
Lord.
to
You
do
can't do that.
everything for my church. Then they gave me solo.
That's what I mean. Even if you can't
It
sing, you can't
was
stop somebody from singing for the Lord. That's so cute.
girl, the way them people had me up there singing. I remember I sung and I must have sang something off key.
I love it when the kids
And
be too
all the
short and
church
it might be like all the way up here, and they be like, "I love you, Jesus."
that may have been the song too. But I remember I was singing and the church mothers was in I was like they like you could tell they were trying to hold back what they really felt because I was really involved at church.
Because they wanted you to just have your moment.
But there was like even the
It's
pastor was like
good.
I'll never forget my pastor saying.
You just gotta let them have it. Like that's just one of them things. Like we're
I
not
remember
gonna
the
take the mic from
musician
the
was
baby.
like
Let that baby say, "Sing it, baby." Don't take that mic from
no,
her.
it was not. They was like once I had finished my solo, they was like, please go back to your seat and join the rest of the choir.
Oh, that was like actually
And we kept
no.
singing as a choir, and everybody was like, yeah, baby. And like, I used to do a lot of stuff, but she used to be like, baby, you did a good job. Ain't nobody told me I did a good job that
They was actually like, "Don't come back to this church." Actually,
day. No, my mom still goes to that church, but I do remember that was the last time my mom and made me and my sister ever do choir.
oh, period. They said, "Don't bring them back to choir rehearsals no more."
I
We
don't know,
can't save them babies. Nope, they not. It's not their ministry.
off, all the way off.
They meant to be the mission ministry, and you can do good work in the mission ministry. You can. You don't need to be in the music ministry.
I was trying to find the key like a straight man finds the clip. It was not happening.
The what?
I said I was trying to find the key like a straight man tries to find the clip.
I thought you said that. That's funny. Okay, y'all. Well, we love
And
y'all.
not everybody at home understands how bad I was missing that key.
We love y'all. Thank y'all for listening to today's episode.
You can watch us on YouTube. You can also watch us on your Spotify or listen. You can also listen to us on Anchor. Again, I am your host, Jamelia Reed, with my co-host, Mikhi Seth Hemphill. We are the Other Southerners podcast. We are Black queer people focused on telling experiences from a Southern point of view. If you need us, reach out to us on Instagram at the Other Southerners Podcast or Twitter at OTH Southerners. Again, DM us. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you listen to. Tell us what you should talk about again. Other than that,
And oh, go ahead. Other than that, what?
I'll go ahead.
No, go ahead. You do it. You do the sign off, and then I'll have a PS for like the listeners that are still listening afterwards.
And guess what? If the tea ain't sweet,
It ain't Southern, baby.
thank y'all for listening. Y'all have a wonderful day. I love
Oh
you.
yeah.
And girl, if you don't like the ring, tell them. Please
Not if you
tell
don't like
them.
the ring. But on a serious note, though, if you are listening to this podcast still after we've already signed off and you're interested in maybe being like a part of one of our discussions, like for one of our shows, let us know. Like, we'd love to start actually like having like a little more involvement from the audience. So like maybe like little snippets of y'all coming into like the conversation or something like that. Like, if you're interested and you want to kind of become a part of like that deacon board first pew so we can get that kind of like rolling back up again, definitely reach out to us. You have our social medias, our accounts. Find a way to get connected. Love you, babes.
Or slide to us our DMs if you're just interested in talking to one of us.
Girl, I don't want nobody that wants to talk to me to find me through this podcast. That doesn't give me good signs.
I
No.
actually advertise our podcast on my Tinder and Bumble profile.
No, you do not. No, you do not. No, you do not, Jamila. Are you kidding me? Anyway, okay. Love y'all. Bye. We gotta have a private conversation with this one.